right, good morning traders. Today is December 26, 2024. Good morning. Thank you for being here. I want to thank everybody out there in digital and cyberland. Thank you for being here. Appreciate everybody subscribing on YouTube, being a member of my Facebook group. Thank you for subscribing to my content. Appreciate that a lot. All right, so my SPY pivot this morning is 600.50. Above it, I'm a bull. Below it, I'm a bear. SPY closed with a 2-hour uptrend and a 10-minute uptrend. All of the Fab 5 made higher highs and higher lows. SPY, QQQ, and FNGU closed over their traps, over their 17 EMAs. IWM closed inside a bearish trap, still stuck down there, under a 17 EMA. Diamond Dow closed above the bearish trap, under the 17 EMA. Gold in a downtrend, made a higher low and a higher high, closing inside a bearish trap under the 17 EMA. Silver, still in a downtrend, made a higher high. No, silver, still in a downtrend, made an inside day, closing inside a bearish trap under the 17 EMA. UNG in an uptrend, made a higher high and a higher low, closing over a bullish trap over the 17. USO in an uptrend, made a higher high and a higher low, closing over a bullish trap over the 17. US dollar index still in an uptrend, ratcheting up higher, closed near the 108.11 area, kind of bull flagging up there. All right, let's go take a look at some charts. All right, so here's SPY on the daily chart. You can see right here, we were down here. We had like I guess you want to call it a Christmas rally, super rally all the way up here. Anyways, here's SPY making a higher low and a higher high, closing over bullish trap up here and over the 17 EMA. Okay, on the 10-minute chart, into the close, we had a 10-minute uptrend. That would be the faster moving average, the 3 EMA up on top of the white 8 EMA. All right, so you got price in the 3 up over the white 8 EMA, and then all 3 of those up over the 17 EMA. That's those green dots right there. Brown line is the VWAP line. So 10-minute uptrend. See the space between the 3, the yellow line? It's on top of the white line. So we got a 10-minute uptrend going into the close. On the 2-hour chart, okay, got a 2-hour uptrend. Again, the yellow faster moving average is up over the slower 8 EMA right here. The slower moving averages, the 2 of them, the 8 EMA and the 17 EMA. So you got a 2-hour uptrend coming into the close. 10-minute uptrend coming into the close on Christmas Eve. So there's a 2-hour and a 10-minute. Daily, still in an uptrend. We have not made a lower low yet. We'd have to pop below. Well, we did make a downtrend right here, getting below this pivot. All right, it's kind of iffy if you want to call it. They did get below the 17 there. And you can see there's where price got underneath that. So got themselves, so still in a downtrend for SPY, but definitely not moving down, moving up. So there's SPY on the daily chart. On the weekly chart, still in an uptrend. All right, on the 3-day chart, still in an uptrend. All right, on the 2-day chart, still in an uptrend because that's not below the 17. All right, same with the monthly, still in an uptrend. So there's SPY on the daily chart, started a downtrend because they got below this low right here. All right, so SPY still in a downtrend right there. All right, so let's take a look at the over-under. All right, so here's the game plan for this morning. All right, so my pivot is 650. That's right up here. All right, if price takes out 665, 10-minute uptrend, I want to be a bull. All right, if price comes down below this area, actually, if it gets below this support right here in a 10-minute downtrend, I would consider playing a short trade to the downside. I am considering an aggressive trade right here below 10-minute downtrend below 598.25. All right, so, and I would play that all the way down to 595.46. So there's 10-minute downtrend, 10-minute uptrend. All right. Again, I like Friday options, so I would want options that expire. So today's would be like 1 DTEs. All right, and these would be 8 DTEs right here. So either 8 or 10, 1, 8, or 15. All right, 1, 8, and 15 Friday options, $2 to $5 out of the money. That's what I like to day trade. Okay, so here's a 10-minute chart, and you can see if we get up over this, I want to be a bull. That would be the 10-minute. That would be the 10-minute uptrend continuing. All right. So price up over this 665. That would be our 10-minute uptrend having continuation. We'll see. We could just bull flag up here. We'll see. We could fall down. We'll see what happens. All right. So there's 10-minute. Let's go take a look at QQQ. That's our game plan. Again, the aggressive trade is underneath the all-time high anchored VWAP, which is underneath a 10-minute downtrend underneath 598.27. So let's go take a look at QQQ. All right, here's QQQ. We'll look at that on the daily chart. QQQ is still in an uptrend. They haven't broken these lows. Remember, SPY did, QQQ did not. Okay, so SPY is still in a daily uptrend. SPY higher low, higher high, closing over the trap over the 17 EMA. SPY QQQ still in bull mode. FNGU. FNGU still bullish, hasn't broken these lows down here. So you can see FNGU still in an uptrend, making a higher low, higher high, closing over the trap over the 17 EMA. FNGU in an uptrend. Okay, Diamond Dow. Diamond Dow still in a downtrend. Yesterday's candle, higher low, higher high, closing over bearish trap, but underneath the 17 EMA, underneath prior all-time high anchored VWAP and the all-time high anchored VWAP. So still in a downtrend here on Diamond Dow. We'll see if they can recover that. Notice they're underneath the 17 and they made a lower low right here. Okay, let's take a look at IWM. All right, here's IWM underneath prior all-time high anchored VWAP. That would go right here. And underneath an all-time high anchored VWAP would go right there. And you can see price action for Christmas Eve. Higher low, higher high, closing inside a bearish trap under a falling 17 EMA right there. So there's IWMs. Take a look at our technicals. T2122. We still have not made it back to the 50-yard line. That would be the 50 up here in the T2122. Still showing a whole lot of weakness, but we are out of the oversold zone. So you can see right here on the 24th, we made a higher low, and we made a higher high, and we made another higher low. Question is right here, will we make a higher high this morning? All right, can we find ourselves back at the 50? We'll see. Right now, we're just stuck in the seller's chop zone. We have made it out of our way of the oversold zone, and we made it through the sell zone. All right, to close up here in the seller's chop zone. So still some work to do. Got to get past the 50, or at least test the 50 up here before getting through the 50. So we'll see what happens. All right. T2123 still in a downtrend. Notice they made a lower low here, notice they made a lower low here. Here's a low, and here's the low. You can see we're underneath that. So T2123 in a downtrend right now. So you can see price action way underneath this falling 200 SMA. Price action and bear flagging at the moment. So it doesn't look like we're getting a bounce yet. So we'll see what happens. They are on some support. I can show you that on the 3-bar chart. And this would be prior all-time highs right here. And you can see we have hit some support, kind of bounced up a little bit. But we're not making any higher highs yet. Notice in the candles, they're still kind of just wedging to the downside, so that's not good. Again, price is underneath the 200 SMA on the 3-bar chart. Price is way underneath. You see red right here. Put in 3 more red candle bars there. Go back to the 15. Again, you can see on the 15-minute chart for Christmas Eve, red, 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 and then some flaky green action here. So possible bounce. I think I've seen that price action before right here, but it just wound up being a continuation of what was to come. So we'll see what happens. Maybe they're coming back up to this area. Looked like some buying going on right through there on support. And of course, there was probably some buying going on right here when they were on major support. See right there? That would have been major support with all this consolidation. And with all the buying going on, we didn't get a bounce. So we'll see if we get a bounce off this one right here. Okay. Notice we did come down, spike, and rise up. But still couldn't turn any of these 17 EMAs green right here. See the red dots right there. So let's check out FNGU. FNGU did wonderful on Christmas Eve right here. Green from the beginning of the day to the end of the day. Back up over that rising or that flat 200 SMA. Good looking day for FNGU. Ready and poised to attack the all-time highs right up here. So FNGU doing really great. So tech's doing really good. So let's go take a look at a few sectors while we're here. All right, first sector, let's move this out of the way. Move this out of the way. First sector, we'll take a look at, let's take a look at SMH. All right, so here's SMH, still in a downtrend. All right, because they broke this low. See that low below the 17? So they broke that low, so they're still in a downtrend. In order to negate the downtrend, they got to take out this big red candle high. Okay, it's not far. They can do it if they want to do it. They don't seem to want to do it, though. That's the problem. All right, good news. Friday's price action. Let's see if that's Friday. No, this is Friday. Higher low, higher high, closing over the trap, up in quadrant 4, up over a prior all-time high anchored VWAP. That is good news up there. Okay, price action, if we get the drawing tools out, has moved up and kind of held the higher ground up here. And we are remaining up in the upper third and in quadrant 4, so that's good news right there. You see here's price action has moved up and then over. That's a bullish flag, so that's looking good. Maybe we can get a pop to the upside. We'll see what happens. All right, got a little rest candle right there, so we'll see what happens today. Maybe they pull back, find some support, and J-hook out of there. We'll see. That's SMH, still in a downtrend, but up over, okay, they're up over all-time high anchored VWAP, and they are up in quadrant 4. They're over the 17, and they were over the bullish trap. So it was looking good for on Christmas Eve. We'll see if they fall apart this week or if they continue that into the new year. So there's SMH. Let's take a look at XLK. All right, XLK still in an uptrend. SMH still in a downtrend. Okay, XLK, higher low, higher high, closing over bullish trap over the 17 EMA. Up here, challenging those all-time highs up there. See that? Getting ready to challenge those all-time highs. Up over prior all-time high anchored VWAP. Up in quadrant 4. Technology is on fire right now. Okay, you can see FNGU. It's just a little bit of evidence of technology being on fire. It's doing really well. All right, let's take a look at XLI. All right, XLI, see this pivot below the 17 right there? So they made a downtrend, all right, because they broke that pivot low and they broke that pivot low. So industrials in a downtrend, still on the bullish side of the rally. Okay, still at the midpoint, maybe a bounce, we'll see. Looking like they're stalling here at the midpoint. Notice they're finding support. Notice the midpoint's right at prior support right here. And they're finding support right here. Can't seem to make it through to the downside. They are in a downtrend, all right, because they made lower lows, all right? So XLI, industrials, not in an uptrend anymore, okay? Not on the daily chart, Okay, they could be on other time frames, but not on the daily chart. Let's take a look at XLU. XLU broke this low, and this low puts them in a downtrend, again, stalling at the midpoint. Okay, so there's XLU on the daily chart. Okay, find themselves underneath a falling 17, underneath a bearish trap. So XLU having its struggles here, but still on the bullish side of the prior rally. So maybe they could find some inspiration and find themselves back up here in quadrant 4. We'll see. All right, that's utilities. Take a look at financials. All right, financials still in an uptrend till they take out this low right here. Okay, so financials having a really sharp pullback. Still, at a little 3-day rally, find themselves back up in quadrant 4. All right, so even though they're not in a down, they're still in an uptrend, and they find themselves back in quadrant 4. Underneath, currently, 2 prior all-time high anchored VWAPs. All right, so there's a high anchored VWAP, and then here's one, probably should go right here, and they're up over both of those, up in quadrant 4, but underneath the falling 17, but underneath the anchored VWAPs, so right there. But still very much on the bullish side of price action. XLF finding itself still in quadrant 4. That's bullish, still in an uptrend, just barely, all right? But putting in what looks like right here is an exhaustion candle. All right. Now, whether they can get an uptrend going or not, that might mean just a pause. Doesn't mean they're going back up, but that looks like an exhaustion candle to me right there, XLF. So we'll see if they can make their way back up over the 17. Haven't done it yet. They're getting close though. Okay. Let's take a look at XRT. All right, XRT still in an uptrend. They lost the bullish flag right here. Now we've got consolidation under prior consolidation. Not a good look. All right, we are still up over the upper third. We're in the upper third. That's bullish. All right, they are still in an uptrend. They're still in the upper third, just not moving up right now. All right, they're finding support right on top of these wicks in this price action right here, this last prior peak right there. That's a high, and they turned around and made a higher high. All right, so XRT still in an uptrend. XLF still in an uptrend. XLK still in an uptrend. So we got semiconductors in a downtrend, but technology in an uptrend. And we got financials still in an uptrend. So there's kind of two of the major sectors right there. Let's take a look at last one. Let's take a look at IYT. All right, IYT, you can see here's a little valley here below the 17. We broke that valley low. We broke this valley low, and we broke this valley low. So IYT in a downtrend and just kind of getting hung up here at the midpoint right now. All right, whether they can find their way back over the trap, back up over, they got a lot of work to do here. They are really technically broken. Okay, see they found themselves underneath the bearish trap, underneath the falling 17, underneath the all-time high anchored VWAP. So it's going to take a lot of work to get transports all the way back up here, at least to the upper third, then climb into the upper quadrant. Maybe they can start a new uptrend. I'm seeing some higher lows right through here. We'll see what happens. All right, so there's IYT. Again, that's today. Here's Christmas Eve price action, higher low, higher high, closing inside a bearish trap under the 17 EMA. All right, let's take a look at our our economic package. All right, so first we'll hit off with the dollar. Dollar in an uptrend, making higher lows here and higher highs. Higher lows, higher highs, still in an uptrend. Dollar close, Christmas Eve, right there, 108.11. All right, so kind of bull flagging up here. All right, we would like a weak dollar because a weak dollar makes our goods and services more affordable to the foreign countries that we would like to sell to. Okay, as far as earnings go, see what we got for earnings. Today's 26. What do we got here? Just some familiar names and nothing that's going to move the markets. It's going to be a slow week. All right. A lot of these guys are on vacation. If you're an analyst, you're probably taking the week off. Probably even next week as well. All right. If you're a CPA or a CFO, chief financial officer, you're probably taking these 2 weeks off. So they're not going to have probably a whole lot of really big cap earnings come out. This week and next week. I would doubt it. But, I could be surprised. Friday, what do we got here? Again, nothing here that's going to move the markets. Maybe some familiar names. All right, what do we got here? BHP is supposed to report on Monday, okay? But they don't know what time, and they're not sure if they got their P&L ready yet. That's 125 billion right there. So that's all we got left for this week as far as earnings go. All right, for Max Payne, let's take a look. Max Payne for today for the SPY 598, okay? And we have not even one full put for each call. So the calls outweigh the puts at this time. And Max Payne's 598. All right, so we'll see if we're going to get down to 5. I think we're around 598 now. We'll take a look at it a little bit. All right, and the economic calendar. Okay, so we went through all of this. Wednesday we're off. Here's Thursday. Jobless claims coming out in about 8 minutes at 8:30 this morning. Petroleum report at 11. All right. So it's got to be a natural gas report. Are they going to put one together this week? I don't see one. Is it coming? Yep, it's coming on Friday. All right. So there we go. And that's it. Just jobless claims and a petroleum report. On Friday, we're going to get the natural gas report at 10:30. Wholesale inventories at 8:30 tomorrow. Retail inventories 8:30 tomorrow. International trading goods, that's at 8:30 tomorrow. And a rig count at 1 o'clock, which is pretty normal for a Friday. All right, so that's it for the economic calendar. Really light week. No main events this week other than just Christmas. All right, so that's it for the economic calendar. All right, let's go take a look at SPY 598's Max Payne. We'll see where we are now with that. Let's take a look at SPY. And in the pre-market, we got down as low as 598.40. So let's see one more time. The low 598.30. All right, so they just visited 598.30, so they may come back and visit those overnight lows. All right, so I will take questions in the room. All right, remember the aggressive entry to the downside is below. Where did I put it? Right here. Okay. Below this all-time high anchored VWAP. Okay, below this seems to have moved. Okay. Seems like it's different. All right? It does. It really does. Seems like on the 10-minute, we're at 598.24. But on the daily chart, we're at 597. I got to tell you, it shouldn't change like that. Anyways, we trade off a 10-minute chart. So the aggressive entry, of course, would be red erases green. This would be the green right here. All right. From this low, clear up to whatever high they make this morning. If we have red erasing the green below this all-time high anchored VWAP, that would be the aggressive entry down to this level right here, 595.46. And we'll take a look at the QQQ, and we'll see what we can come up with on that one. All right, the aggressive entry for QQQ is going to be right here at right below that red candle there. Okay, so 526.76. Below 526.76 is the aggressive entry. And below, of course, below this, we're looking at gap fill. So right here below, right below this 524.40, that would be this. That would be the bearish entry. And of course, the bullish entry, you got a 10-minute uptrend. You're just looking for a 10-minute candle to continue that. No dojis, no topping wick candles, no red candles. So just looking for continuation on the upside up here. And that would be red erase, green erases red. So on the upside would be right up here. Green erases red. Right about over that. Okay, so over 529.34 for QQQ on the upside. All right. Hey, good morning, Alan. Good morning, JA. All right, I'm going to go render my video, get this out there for everybody. All right, and we'll kick off the markets in about 45 minutes.